Hi there, I'm Christy. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my homestead. Today in this video, I am participating in the Three Rivers Challenge Pantry Challenge, and you will see me make this. I made a buffalo ranch chicken dip with a mandarin poppy seed onion salad. So here in Canada, we are definitely back in the deep freeze. It is a 30 below wind chill today. I think it's supposed to get even colder than that with the wind chills today. It is really, really chilly. And so today I think I'm just really grateful that I have a lot of pantry items on the shelves in what I've grown. And today I'm actually planning on going through some more of my seed starting and getting that all organized. These are my grow shelves or grow lights. Here I have many more grow light shelves, but these ones are just getting set up here to begin starting seeds for the growing season, 2022 growing season, for both our garden that we are preserving for all of the year. So I grow and preserve so that I can do these pantry challenges. And in order to sustain us so that I'm able to grow food virtually at no cost, I have flower farm seeds to grow so I can sell cut flowers to pay for the cost of growing our food here on our property in northern Alberta. So, you know, this is one of those days where I don't mind being indoors doing this kind of work when it is super cold outside. Not to mention, you know, we are seeing more shortages, as you've probably seen on the news. In most countries, I think, are reporting this, if you're not in Canada, on the major protests going on here in Canada. And one of those protests, they have blocked off the crossing coming into Alberta, which is where I live. And so we're seeing more and more shortages. We're seeing prices increase a little bit and just more things not available. So I'm really glad that I did the work. And I'm definitely taking that into consideration of just how easily and how vulnerable we are to the fluctuation of things that are happening. So I'm definitely going to be putting more consideration into what I'm preserving, how much I'm preserving, and more about the food sustainability is definitely a priority in this stage of developing my garden spaces for the grow season of 2022. So if you haven't seen those videos of what seed varieties I am growing, check them out. I have a series. I will be adding them as I go through my seeds. I'm still receiving some seeds. They're delayed because of there's just everything is delayed with all the protests and stuff going on. From some of the companies that I am receiving some bulk items from. Some of the mail routes are disrupted and whatnot. And so, I'm just kind of piecing things together as I go. And I hope that, if you are interested in beginning to grow your own food, to create more food sustainability, to do these kind of pantry challenges, and to learn to cultivate, even if you have a small growing space, some of the information might be useful to you, especially if you have a short season or you want to maximize your long season. So please do check out the playlist. I'll link it down below for my seeds and seed starting or seed hauls, and maybe that will be very inspirational to you. So I hope you enjoy. Shopping my home preserved pantry stocks, I decided to go with some chicken drumsticks that I had pressure canned up. These drumsticks I had done in a video in November, and I decided I wanted to make a dip, like a buffalo chicken dip with some ranch dressing. This was an empty-ish bottle, and it needed to be used, and then some mayonnaise and some buffalo wing sauce. Usually I would use homemade buffalo sauce, but I have it frozen and I didn't thaw it. And because I was in a really big hurry, I decided to just go with the bottled stuff. So basically what I did is I took the chicken drumsticks off of the bone and sort of like shredded it up into just like you would like making shredded chicken. Now, this meat is really, really tender, and the bones actually you have to be careful with them because they will disintegrate because they've been pressure canned and they're very, very soft. So very carefully, I just sort of pulled all the chicken off the bone and shredded them into a little cast iron baking dish. So I just added some ranch dressing that I found in the fridge. It was just a part bottle that was taking up space, and it was a great opportunity to use it up and get it out of the fridge. It was really thick, so I added actually a little bit of milk and shook it around to get the rest of the content out, so none of it was really wasted, and it was fine. It worked out okay. I usually prefer to use homemade ranch dressing that I make out of mayonnaise, homemade mayonnaise, from eggs that I collect from my own hens, but my hens are not laying right now, so I'm just using what I have and trying to get this out onto the plates as quickly as I possibly can, simply because I had a brain malfunction when it come to dinner planning tonight, and so this was kind of just winging it. So I decided to sort of make the ranch on the fly right on in the dish. So I added mayonnaise. I added probably about a tablespoon of granulated onion and another tablespoon of granulated garlic. Next, I added a couple of tablespoons of chives. These are freeze-dried chives. And then I added some pepper. I tried to add some pepper, and I quickly realized it's empty. And so I need to go rummage around and look for my bulk pepper supply because I know it's somewhere. Next, I added in some dill. This is really potent dill. It is homegrown dill. I just keep my containers, but it is very, very potent dill. So I added about a teaspoon. Next, I added in some of the buffalo sauce. I added about half of the bottle. I really, really cannot stress how much I would prefer homemade sauce for this recipe. It's so rewarding to make this buffalo dips recipe with hot pepper sauce that you've grown, and even homemade ranch with homemade mayonnaise. It is just, especially, if you're growing your own chicken, a person could pretty much make this dish from everything you've grown and raised yourself. And if you have a cow, you can even make some cheese, which comes next to this dish. I really don't skimp on the cheese in this dish. It really, if you're gonna go in, you may as well go all in with this dish. And I like to mix a little bit of mozzarella, or I've used also cheddar. Cheddar has a really nice flavor to add, but usually I have mozzarella, and so I'll put that in just to have that stretchiness as you're scooping from every scoop with a tortilla chip. So then I also top it with a nice, very generous layer of cheese, so I can get that nice golden crisp, not crispy to the point of like crunchy, but that nice golden crust on top of the cheese when I bake it. So it has the stretchy and the golden caramelized-ish look to it, or the flavors, the umami flavors that we all talk about so frequently in this kind of cooking. So just, if you do make this dish, don't scamp on the cheese. Next, I did some salad. Now, I just had some romaine in the fridge. Now, for this pantry challenge, I was allowing myself to buy fresh vegetables at least once a week. This is one of my favorite dressings to use. It's an onion poppy seed dressing. I have not learned to perfect it on my own, and this is something that I had actually also bought during the challenge, and I bought it for to do a different project with, but I still had some left over, so I wanted to use it up. This salad is so easy and quick, and it's actually my favorite salad. I love this salad. It's so easy. You just add your poppy seed dressing to the lettuce, and then you add fruit, whatever fruit you desire. Today, or in this video, in this challenge, I wanted to go with some mandarin oranges that I had water bath canned in a very light syrup. I love the combination of the onion poppy seed and the mandarin oranges. There's just something so satisfying about it. Maybe I'm weird. I don't know. Don't knock it till you try it. But it is one of my favorite, all-time favorite salads. And these oranges, this was my first time actually water bath canning mandarin oranges. And I think it's something I will be doing more frequently in the future. I really enjoy having these to grab out of my food preserves, and even just as a snack, as a side, or in a salad. They are so versatile, or even in smoothies. I find that they are just so delicious and so convenient. Oranges up here are really expensive, and a lot of the times we just simply do not have access to them at our little store. Well, it was time for the buffalo chicken dip, or buffalo ranch chicken dip, however you want to call it. It was done and it was delicious, and it was time to pull it out of the oven, and it was a little bit runny. I typically like to let it set for a couple of minutes so that it's not so runny. And the sauce that I used, it was a little bit thinner than what I'm used to, but I didn't have time to let this set up. I needed to get the boys fed because Chaz had to get to curling and Tyson had to go back to work. So it was the best I could do. The salad, I didn't do anything fancy with presentation. I just plopped it on down there and threw some corn tortilla chips down on the plate, because I'm fancy like that. So my recommendation, if you ever want to have a really quick, fast, easy, super, super convenient, and really delicious copycat of what I'm doing, make this meal. This is probably my favorite. I love it. Probably, well, one, because it's so convenient, and two, because the guys, they gobble this up and they want more and they ask for seconds, and it's very seldom that I ever get a complaint out of either one of them. It's hot. So what do you give it for a score out of 10?
A 10 for sure. I love this stuff.
You love it?
Yeah.
Are you hoping there's some for your school lunch tomorrow? What about the salad? Grandma Agnes brought those oranges and we canned them after Christmas. Yeah? What do you score the salad?
Definitely another 10.
Really? Another 10?
Yeah.
Wowzers. Well, thank you. Good luck with curling tonight.
Thank you.
Yesterday was a really, really busy day. I ended up having a very hectic day at work, and even though I work from home, it just was one of those days where dinner was not on my mind at all. And one of the things that this pantry challenge has taught me is the importance of having food staples available that are ready to go in a hurry. And it turned out yesterday, my stepson had a basketball practice and a curling practice, and he had a half of an hour in between the time he came home to the time he had to leave again. And so in a half an hour, I had to be able to serve them, allow them time to eat, and then be on the road. So I found that having staples on the pantry shelf that are ready to go, easy and convenient, are like, they're not even negotiable from this point forward with what I have on my pantry shelf. So one of the other things is, it's so easy to get into that groove of, oh, I didn't do anything for dinner, let's go to the drive-through. Where we live, we only have one drive-through restaurant. It's a fast food restaurant called Snack Shack. And there's, it's a very small town. And so it is very easy to just say, let's go to the drive-through and grab something quick. I found it so valuable to have fast food items, literally fast food. I could whip it up in 10 minutes, cooked, done, served on the plate, and they're out the door in 25 minutes with 5 minutes to spare, that to me is like a win-win-win, because I also made lunches for 2 days after because it was leftovers that he really enjoyed. So for me, it was a no-brainer. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope that it was inspiring to you. I hope you're warm wherever you are, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.